Hello, it is I, Atlas, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to be redrawing one of my very old art pieces, and I'm going to be talking about my journey relearning art. So the original drawing was done on March 27th, 2019, and I titled it Little Red Riding Hood. That's what I was trying to draw. It looks like this. And then recently, I was going to film a video where I started relearning how to draw, but I decided I was just going to go through that whole process off camera. But for this video, I redrew this picture before and after my study on human anatomy that I did. On April 7th, 2022, this year, I redrew it like this, and then after I'd done a couple anatomy studies, I redrew it on April 10th like this. Of course, my style is super duper simplistic, so this is a more, I wouldn't say more detailed, but it is just not the proportions I default to. So I'm going to be redrawing this in particular. I don't want to go from the most recent drawing just because I don't want it to be like a big game of telephone, so I'm going to be drawing with the original as my reference. I'm going to be redrawing it in my sketchbook. I've been doing a lot of drawings in my sketchbook, and I've done a couple studies on a couple different things. So I think I'm pretty qualified to do it now. So we're gonna see how much I've grown, and just so you know, I'm still relearning how to draw. So cut me a little bit of slack. But I'm going to do a sketch. I mean, the original does not have any color, it doesn't have any line art, it is just a sketch. Let's get into this video.
Hello, it is VoiceOver Atlas here to continue my one-sided conversation with what is basically just a phone. The first talking point I have written down is what would I like to fix in this redraw. So I noticed in the original drawing the hands were all off, the proportions of the arms and such were definitely off. The fabric did not flow correctly, and it was just very stiff looking. The pose was also pretty stiff, and I don't know if the legs and the dress match up. I mean, it didn't look like they did at all. I don't know if I drew the legs underneath the dress. Don't think I did. Hand was really weird, but the hand is also really weird in this redraw. So I also messed up at the end. You'll see I messed up with the butterfly. I was debating whether or not to put it in. I eventually put it in, but it just really smushed up against that collar area. So the main thing I had been practicing was my proportions, so that was my main goal, like my main goal. I also wanted to add a little bit of a background, nothing like the one in the original, because that background was all out of perspective, weird perspective, so I just added a simple one that you can see me sketching in right now. So now let's talk about what I've been doing right in my art journey, like relearning how to draw, and what I need to do better, because this can help you on your own journey, whether or not you are relearning how to draw or if you just want to level up. So one of the main issues before I started relearning and why I stopped drawing in the first place was that I got really bored by drawing, and I felt like I needed to push myself out of my comfort zone. I didn't really draw a lot, and so what I've been doing correctly is I've been drawing a lot of what I love, just a lot of doodles. I've been making the pages in my sketchbook look really pretty by adding some gel pens that are like pearlescent, and I have watercolors and some colored pencils as well, which I hadn't used before. And making my sketchbook pages pretty is something that makes me excited to draw again. So I've also been making my drawings more casual, or I've been finding time to just casually doodle in my sketchbook, and I have a whole page of eyes, and it's just eyes in different styles, and that was just so fun because I was doing a study on eyes, but I also wasn't pressuring myself to learn all of the mechanics, and I was just casually exploring all of my options. So yeah, I've been making it casual. So the last thing I have on this list of things that I've been doing correctly, but I definitely could make a longer list if I needed to, but this, after editing this video, it's pretty short, but I have been not stressing about being good right away. So in my last sketchbook, I pressured myself to do ballpoint pen sketches or go straight in with line art and just see what I could do there. But I have stopped pressuring myself to be good without a sketch, because that is something that comes later in my journey. Right now, I do need sketches. And as you can see, I messed up the eye, like right here, and so I definitely needed that sketch to correct my mistakes and make the page look good and make myself satisfied with the drawing. Now let's discuss the flip side of things, what I need to do better. So I need to get out of my comfort zone more. I've been drawing a lot of people and not a lot of backgrounds. I need to do more action poses because I've been designing a lot of characters, and I do one final drawing, like full body drawing of the character, where I put together the body shapes I experimented with, the head shapes I experimented with, the clothing styles I experimented with. So I only do like one standing pose, and I want to try to get all of the outfit and style details in there, so it hasn't been like an action pose, and I need to work on those. So I also want to do bigger illustrations, more coloring on these illustrations, because right now it's just a lot of sketches in my sketchbook, sketches and doodles. So I need to start on my coloring. I need to learn how to render. I need to learn how to shade traditionally, because I already know how to do all this digitally. I feel it's just harder to do traditionally for me. So I need to be doing more studies as well. I did a couple studies, that one on eyes that I mentioned, but I also did one on feet, which actually really helped, because I do struggle with feet, but I feel like I need to do one for hands, and definitely one for arms, because I do struggle with arms a lot, and hair sometimes. And the last thing I need to do better, or not really the last thing, but the last obvious thing I need to do better, is I need to work on my perspective and background. It's something I struggled with before, and I don't want to continue struggling with it. I need to get better. Getting out of my comfort zone is hard, but I found it is totally worth it. Now, as you can see on the screen, this is the final product of my redraw. I'm super duper happy with it. I know this video is short, but let's head on to the outro.
So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please like, please subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.